Welcome to Mystery Defense Academy presents Concealed Carry Basics, Part 6, At the Range. When going to a shooting range, you want to make sure you bring all of the materials that you will need for that shooting session. Obviously, a firearm in a firearm case or bag, ammunition of the correct caliber, extra magazines, and recommended to load them ahead of time to save time at the range. If you load them ahead of time, you're not spending time at the range loading them, and there you go. Ear and eye protection, targets, perhaps also tape or a stapler depending on the range. If it's an outdoor range, you may want to bring water and snacks. What to wear at the range. You want to wear comfortable and casual clothing that allows for easy movement. Opt for closed-toed shoes, long pants, and a high-neck shirt for safety and protection. You do not want hot brass falling between your shirt and your body. Avoid wearing loose or baggy clothing that may interfere with handling a firearm, and wear a hat with a brim. Even at an indoor range, the hat with a brim will keep the brass from falling and perhaps landing in your face or in your eyes between your eye protection and your skin. That would be not fun. You want to become familiar with common range commands. The range officer will typically issue these commands. Load. Shooters may load their firearms, but keep the safety on. Ready on the right, ready on the left, commence fire. Shooters may take safeties off and fire in a safe direction. Ceasefire. Shooters must immediately stop firing, take their trigger finger off the trigger, keep the gun pointed in a safe direction, unload, and wait for further instructions from the range officer. The range is hot. Shooters may shoot when ready, same as commence fire. Range is cold, same as ceasefire. Rules to follow at the range. First, fully comply with the range officer's instructions. Second, make sure you always follow the 4 safety rules at all times. Treat all firearms as if they are loaded. Always keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on target and you've made the decision to fire. Never point a firearm at anything you are not willing to destroy. Before the decision to fire, be sure of your target's environment, and any other safety hazards. Wear eye and ear protection at all times during practice shooting. Do not eat or drink while handling firearms. Be sure to wash your hands with soap and cool water before you do eat anything. Range etiquette. There are a number of additional common sense rules which, though bearing but indirectly on safety, nonetheless promote mutual courtesy at the range. Do not handle any firearm while other shooters are downrange, checking or changing targets. This includes cleaning, adjusting sights, etc. Just keep your hands off the firearms if anyone is downrange, adjusting their targets. Do not handle any other shooter's gun, ammunition, and/or equipment without his or her express permission. Be aware of the firing cadence of the shooters next to you and try to avoid firing simultaneously with them. Avoid starting up unnecessary conversations with other shooters while they are firing, particularly if they are sighting in, testing loads, or engaged in some other activity requiring concentration. Police up all your brass, targets, empty ammunition boxes, and other trash. Do not pick up another shooter's brass. He or she may intend to use it for reloading. 3 range positions for a firearm: in the holster or carrying case, at the ready position, and on target. At all times, keep the muzzle pointed safely downrange, even when removing or returning your gun to its case. Malfunctions that may occur. The first one is called a failure to fire. You pull the trigger, you hear the click, but there's no bang. This could be caused by faulty ammo, could be the magazine not fully inserted, could be that the firing pin spring is a little light, so it does what's called a light strike. This is called a type 1 malfunction. B, failure to eject. Sometimes it's called a stovepipe or a partial ejection. You fire the round, but it did not eject the empty case. This is known as a type 2 malfunction. Feedway stoppage. Double feed, extractor gummed or broken guide rods, extractor does not get a good grip on the spent cartridge, chamber remains blocked. This is called a type 3 malfunction. And failure to go into battery, could be bad chamber design, weak guide spring, could be extremely dirty. The solution to these malfunctions, first thing you do is you always wait a certain amount of time, keep the gun pointed downrange, and then after 30 seconds, when you verify that it's not just what's called a hang fire, where it's a delayed firing, after about 30 seconds of keeping it pointed in a safe direction, then you do tap, invert, rack, and reassess. So you tap the bottom of the magazine to make sure the magazine's fully inserted, rack the slide, and then reassess. Often racking the slide will take care of, the tap and rack will take care of the malfunction. Maintenance and cleaning of firearms. After a shooting session, you want to be sure to properly maintain and clean your firearm. Proper care of the pistol involves preventative maintenance. The pistol should be cleaned and lubricated after every shooting session. Should always be checked to ensure it is unloaded before cleaning or other maintenance. Always check, double check, and then recheck. Verify that it is not loaded before you begin the cleaning or maintenance process. And it's also recommended that no ammunition should even be present when a pistol is being cleaned or maintained. Make sure it's fully unloaded. Keep ammunition separately when you're doing the cleaning. Here's some of the firearm cleaning equipment you may want to have. Eye protection, gun oil, bore cleaner, a soft cloth, patches, protective gloves, bore brush and jags, cleaning rod, and a small brush. These can usually be purchased pretty inexpensively at a sporting goods store or stores like Walmart or Amazon. The procedure basically is this. First, you unload the pistol, inspect and disassemble it, what's called a field strip. You apply cleaning solvent to the bore brush. You don't dip the brush in the solvent. You either pour some on or spray some on very carefully. Then you run the brush completely through the bore 10 to 15 times. Run the brush through each chamber of a revolver cylinder. And you, of course, with semi-automatics, you remove the barrel and clean the pistol barrel separately with the solvent. Put a jag on the rod and then a patch on the jag. And then you run patches through the bore and the chambers until they come out clean. Use a brush to clean crevices of the pistol, and then clean and lightly oil the exterior of the pistol with a soft cloth. Less is more when it comes to lubrication. You don't want an oily gun. That will just make it collect dirt. But you do want to clean and lightly oil the exterior with a soft cloth, and then lubricate key points of the pistol action with some gun oil. Again, less is more. Doesn't take a lot. And that is how you clean and maintain a firearm.